Yo, it's your boy JT. And in this video, we're going to talk about Floyd Mayweather's next opponent. What should he do? We know he got two fights left on his Showtime deal. He's making some changes to his team. You know, he got rid of Garcia, got rid of Ellerby. Possibly bringing on Ariza, which I don't agree with, but that's a possibility. So he has these two fights left, and I want to talk about who should his opponent be. Well, the natural choice, where all the fans want, is Manny Pacquiao. Oh shit, a little sick. The natural choice everyone wants is Manny Pacquiao, and I would want that fight too. But I mean, if we go on history, and how this has been going, it's not gonna happen. Bob Arum, Top Rank, they don't want the fight. And I feel like that's what it is, man. I don't see that changing. But even if it did happen, I mean, the truth is, to be perfectly honest, and I mean, just no bias on some real shit, I don't see a one-dimensional fighter like Manny Pacquiao, a smaller fighter, a one-dimensional small fighter like Manny Pacquiao beating Mayweather. I mean, it's not going to happen, man. Mayweather's not going to lose to a smaller guy. I mean, especially, Manny Pacquiao, he doesn't have the same punching power. He's one-dimensional. He's not a great boxer. He's really just a one-dimensional fighter with fast hands. I mean, he has great accomplishments in the sport of boxing, but Mayweather is just levels above talent-wise of Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I know a lot of people want to see the fight, but that's just the truth, man. And I mean, I just don't see that fight going any different than Marquez versus Mayweather. I mean, Manny Pacquiao's going to throw all those punches. He's going to miss a lot of punches, get tied up on the inside, get frustrated. It's going to be an easy fight for Mayweather, man. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. So I just don't think that fight is on the table anyway. I mean, I don't think it's possible to get made. So we're going to exclude Manny Pacquiao. So for his next fight in May, I think the only two viable options, well, it's probably more like three. So there's 2 dates left, May and September, and 3 opponents left to me. You got Amir Khan, you got Kell Brook, and you got everyone's new favorite fighter, Keith Thurman. I mean, those are just, if you take the networks out of it, you take all the politics out of it, those are the 3 names that's left for the 2 dates. Let's start with Amir Khan. I think Amir Khan is the front runner to get the fight. Depending on who he fights next, I think he's pretty much a lock if he fights a legit fight in his next fight. But if he try to fight, a Josecito, he tries to fight a Josecito or, a tuna fight like that, or a Peterson rematch, I think you're just going to be back to square one where Floyd can just pull out of the fight. I think the best and the smartest way to go about it is Amir Khan should fight Kell Brook for the IBF title, or a Devin Alexander, or a Guerrero. Any 3 of those fights, I think Khan wins. If he is to win those fights, he deserves a Mayweather fight. Okay. Yeah, and that's just what I see. I mean, I think he legitimately deserves the Mayweather fight. if he wins any of those 3 fights. Now, can he win? That's the question. Anything can happen in boxing. Anything, especially with a guy like Khan who doesn't take punches real well. Even though I thought he looked exceptional at welterweight, his last fight on the Mayweather undercard, he looked extremely strong. He looked by far the strongest of the fighters on that card, including Mayweather. He looked the strongest at that weight. So, I think he's the front runner if he pulls off one of those feats. The next one is Kell Brook. He has question marks over his head, with this, he getting cut with the machete and whatnot. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I think he would be even more so in the running. It's a question marks with Kell Brook. Will he be ready? How is he moving? How is he moving with that? Because that was a deep laceration, man. I mean, I saw it when he posted it on Twitter or on the internet. It was a pretty, very bad cut. I mean, you get cut with a machete, we're talking about a lot of nerve damage, a lot of damage to your leg, which, in a fight, you're using all types of lateral movement, side-to-side movement. What happens if that area is not the same, which is very much a possibility. So we don't know with Kell Brook. That's the question, man. So that leaves Keith Thurman. I think he's the least deserving. I mean, he has the worst resume of the three. I mean, it's just basically he's on the list just basically because he's the last man standing. I mean, he's making noise. He was supposed to be on an undercard of Mayweather Maidana 2. He got injured. So, hey man, if he's the last man standing, why not see the fight? Do I think he's ready for a Mayweather? No, I don't. Do I think he's still green? Yes, I do. I think he's still green, but you got certain people on YouTube who constantly brings up Keith Thurman's name. Keith Thurman is this, Keith Thurman is that. He's the best welterweight. He's a guy who's going to beat Floyd Mayweather. So, if that's the case, then we got to start holding him to the same standards that we hold a Floyd Mayweather. Meaning we need flawless performances, and you should dominate your opposition, man. Don't talk about wins or losses because Mayweather hasn't lost. So don't say, oh, Keith Thurman's not afraid of losing. Hey, if he loses, then that just proves that he's not on Mayweather's level because Mayweather hasn't lost. See what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's just what it is, man. But if he's the last man standing, September, let's see the fight. And, he going to go in there and he going to lose every round. But, I mean, hey, that's everyone's favorite fighter now. The last hope, Keith Thurman. All the biased fans and haters, you have been hating for a whole career, and these are the last men standing. So how's that feel, man? All the Pacquiao fans, how's that feel? It's your boy JT. I'm out.